Hey legend, you're about to witness the moment that one voice shattered everything. Are you ready? Oh wow. This isn't just another story. Nah, this is raw, brutal, real. And guess what? Damn. Right. You spoke up and it changed everything. Yeah. You know that feeling when the world expects you to stay quiet, to stay small, to stay invisible? Well, we're about to flip that on its head. Oh, you're not here by accident. Nah, you are the spark, the force, the energy that refuses to be ignored. And here's the truth. The moment you speak, everything shakes. Every lie trembles. Every wall cracks. Every hidden fear gets exposed. You think it's just words? No, it's power. It's influence. It's change, and you are the author of it. So stay with me. Yeah, watch closely. Feel every beat, every pause, every word. Because by the end of this video, you won't just understand it, you'll feel it in your bones. And hey, don't just watch, comment below. Let me know. Did you speak up? Did you feel the shift? Because I see you, I respect you. I honor your courage. Damn, right. This is for you, the ones who refuse to stay quiet. The ones who risked everything, the ones who dared to change the rules. The world will never forget, and neither will I. So buckle up, hold tight, and let's dive in. Because your moment, your truth, your power is about to ignite. They told you to stay quiet. They called it safety. They lied. Silence is a trick, a cheap illusion dressed as comfort. Oh wow, it looks safe, doesn't it? Soft, polished, predictable. But in truth, it's a cage built with invisible chains. The kind that wrap around your mind, tighten when you try to move, and whisper in the dead of night that compliance is peace. And you stared at those chains and laughed. Not quietly. Not politely. You laughed with teeth bared, voice trembling only for a heartbeat before it roared, because you realized something raw and dangerous. Their comfort is not yours. Their rules are not yours. Their fear is yours to dismantle. And then it happened. That moment when a single word, a single breath, cut through the stagnant air like a shard of glass. You spoke. Oh yes, you spoke. And the sound of it, the weight of it, you could almost feel it ricochet against every false assumption, every fragile ego that had built itself on the foundation of your silence. Suddenly, everything cracked. Suddenly they could see the truth they refused to admit. You were not theirs to contain. You never were. People love to underestimate the quiet ones. They think submission equals obedience. Nah, they don't understand. Because silence is not weakness. Silence is preparation. Silence is a seed. And when it blooms, when it explodes, when it becomes words, it does more than break the air. It breaks the world. You didn't just speak. You detonated. And the tremors spread. Oh yes, they felt it. And isn't that funny? The chaos of your courage makes them scramble. The very thought of you unchained ignites panic in the hearts that thought themselves untouchable. Every glance that follows, every whispered conversation, every calculated pause, they are reactions to you, not you chasing them. No, no, no. They are chasing the consequences of a single voice that refused to bend. Every move you make now carries the weight of inevitability. Every breath is a declaration that the rules they tried to enforce are gone. But let's not fool ourselves. Speaking up is not applause. It is fire in your chest, ice in your veins, and a mirror that shows every fear you've ever tried to bury. You will feel it, every judgment, every sneer, every attempt to quiet you. And that is where power is born. Because the moment you see their fear, the moment you understand that one voice, one heartbeat, one choice can shift the balance, you know the truth. You are the storm they never predicted. And oh, the beauty of it. The dangerous, intoxicating beauty. Damn. Right. You spoke up because now nothing will ever be the same. The air is heavier, the world sharper, the illusion shattered. You have lit the first candle, and the shadows are running. Every ripple becomes a wave. Every word carries a reckoning. Oh, did you hear it? That subtle shiver through the air? That invisible quake under their feet? That's your voice refusing to be ignored. And now it's no longer just a spark. It is movement, momentum, chaos dressed as consequence. They felt it the moment it left your lips, didn't they? The way their eyes widened, the way their posture stiffened, the way every carefully constructed illusion began to crumble like dry sand in a storm. Yeah, they underestimated the quiet ones. They thought silence meant submission. They thought your stillness was weakness. Nah, they were wrong. So catastrophically wrong. Because your words were not gentle. They were not polite. They were unavoidable. They demanded attention, clawed their way into every corner of their calculated lives, and forced truth into the spaces they tried to hide. And isn't that delicious? To watch the unraveling, slow and meticulous, like a predator savoring the tremor in its prey. Every glance, every whispered murmur, every frantic calculation, it's all reaction. They are scrambling in the wake of a storm they never saw coming, and you are calm, razor sharp, a presence that refuses compromise. Because here's the brutal, undeniable truth. Once you speak, the world doesn't just listen. It bends, it shifts, it remembers. And they must react. Oh wow. The irony is intoxicating. You carry the weight of consequence, yes, but it is a gift wrapped in fire. Every attempt to silence you, every desperate manipulation, every subtle pressure, they are mirrors reflecting your own power. And the beauty is that power does not beg. It does not negotiate. It does not apologize. It merely exists, unapologetically, immovable, undeniable. And in their panic, in their scramble to reclaim control, they reveal themselves fully, completely, without disguise. And now comes the truth they cannot avoid. The first act of courage, the single heartbeat of defiance, is never about them. It is about you. Every tremor you sent into their world is a testament to what happens when a voice refuses to be caged. Every reaction, every fear, every hesitant glance, they confirm what you always knew, that change is not given, change is claimed. And in that claim, in that shaking of the foundations, you hear it, don't you? The question that lingers, sharp as a blade. If one word can unravel the walls of their certainty, how far will your voice go before it reshapes everything? Freedom is not a gift. It is a reckoning. Oh wow. Can you feel it? That pulse in your chest? That surge in your veins? The moment your voice crossed the line, the moment it shattered the quiet, it wasn't just sound, it was fire. A fire that burns through hesitation, through fear, through every carefully constructed limit they tried to place on you. And yeah, it hurts. It hurts to stand exposed, to feel the weight of judgment pressing against your shoulders, to know that every gaze, every whispered comment is measuring, calculating, testing you. But here's the secret: they don't understand. Pain is not weakness. Pain is the teacher that carves strength from vulnerability. And now, you are learning. Every sneer, every doubt, every attempt to silence you becomes fuel. Every strike they deliver bounces off the armor you built in silence, forging it sharper, tougher, unbreakable. You are a vessel of your own courage, and every reaction around you is confirmation. Nah, they cannot diminish what you have claimed. Oh, the paradox is delicious. Speaking up feels like chaos at first. It feels like your ribs are being pressed into your spine, like the world is balancing on the edge of a knife and waiting for you to falter. And yet, every heartbeat reminds you, you have already crossed the threshold. You have already chosen. You have already become the force that refuses compromise. And in that choice, in that claim of self, the true weight of liberation reveals itself. Every reaction, every tremor your words caused is a reflection of power, not theirs, yours. The realization settles slowly, beautifully. Damn right, you spoke up. The fear in their eyes, the scramble to contain what cannot be contained, the subtle unraveling of control. It is proof. Proof that your voice is more than sound. Proof that defiance carries consequence. And proof that freedom is not bestowed. Freedom is taken, stolen from expectation, forged in courage, and wielded without apology. And yet, liberation is never silent. It grows. It spreads. It demands awareness. You cannot hide it. You cannot temper it. It asks for integrity, for vigilance, for unwavering presence. And oh yes, it asks for more than courage. It asks for persistence. Because the moment you understand the weight of liberation, the real question emerges. If the act of speaking up can change the world around you, how far will you take it? Masks are comfortable until someone refuses to play along. Oh, can you see it now? The flicker of recognition in their eyes, the way their carefully constructed facade trembles under the weight of your audacity. They thought you would stay small. They thought silence would bend you into their expectations. Nah, they misjudged everything. Because now, standing there unshaken, you are the storm behind the mirror they never wanted to face. Yeah, the unmasking is brutal. It's not just about you anymore. It's about everything they tried to hide. Every manipulation, every shadow of control, every whispered compromise, it's all revealed by the simple act of refusing to comply. Your words peel back the layers. Your presence exposes the cracks. And oh wow, the irony is intoxicating. The very thing they sought to dominate, the very person they underestimated, is now the reflection they cannot escape. And the beauty of it, power isn't loud. Power isn't flashy. Power is the quiet devastation that unfolds in their calculations, the subtle shift in the balance of everything they thought stable. Every glance they cast your way carries hesitation. Every gesture is a confession. They are scrambling, reacting, floundering, while you remain untouchable, calm, unrelenting. Every ounce of their fear, every beat of their uncertainty, is proof that the world is bending around the audacity of a single voice. Oh, the revelation is intoxicating. Not because you want revenge, not because you seek applause. No, the revelation is intoxicating because it is truth. Pure, unyielding, undeniable truth. Your courage exposes the hidden, strips away pretense, and lays the reality bare. And in that exposure, you see their desperation. You see their need for control. And yet, you do not falter. You are steady, immovable, a reflection of all the strength they failed to recognize in you. Damn. Right, you spoke up. Because now, nothing can return to the way it was. The masks are torn, the illusions shattered, the quiet compliance replaced by awareness. Awareness that trembles with the power of your defiance. And every reaction, every misstep they make in response confirms what you already know. Your voice was never just sound, it was force. And now, it has revealed the fragility they tried to hide. Victory is not a roar. It is the silence after the storm. Oh, can you feel it? That stillness? That tension vibrating in every corner of your surroundings? The world has shifted. The tremors you set in motion are no longer reactions. They are inevitabilities. And yeah, it is intoxicating. The air tastes sharper, the space around you heavier. Every glance, every subtle calculation, every hesitant step from those who once commanded control, it bends to the reality you claimed with your voice. And here's the truth. They won't admit. Power isn't given. Power is claimed. It is forged in the fire of courage, in the defiance of expectation, in the audacity to say loudly, clearly, and without apology, I will not be ignored. Nah, they can strategize, they can whisper, they can try to rewrite the rules, but the moment you stepped forward, spoke your truth, and refused to yield, the balance changed. The world knows now that your presence is a force. Your silence was preparation. Your voice, unstoppable. Oh wow, the thrill is undeniable. Not because the world bends, but because you recognize what has been inside you all along. That unshakable core, that relentless pulse of courage, that clarity that pierces through fear and hesitation and doubt. And yes, it is terrifying. Yes, it is magnificent. Every heartbeat reminds you that the moment you claimed your voice, you became untouchable. Not in arrogance, not in violence, but in undeniable truth. Every step forward, every decision, every word you now speak carries weight. Every reaction around you validates your presence. They are no longer questioning if you are a threat. They are acknowledging that you are inevitable. Damn. Right? You spoke up. And now the realization sinks in fully. This is not the end. This is not just a moment. This is transformation. Internal, external, total. And the paradox is beautiful. Freedom is not chaos. Power is not aggression. Ascendance is not applause. It is understanding your own potential, recognizing your own strength, and moving through the world with clarity, precision, and unshakable intent. Oh, every whisper that tries to diminish you only sharpens the edge of your own presence. Every attempt to resist you only confirms the truth you have always known. The world shifts when someone refuses to bend. Yeah, and now the real question emerges. The hook that pulses like electricity through the air, when the storm has passed, when the masks have fallen, when the echoes of your voice have reshaped reality, what will you build with the power you now command? Because here's the undeniable truth. Speaking up was never just about making noise. It was never just about defiance. It was about discovering yourself, about realizing that courage is not momentary, it is eternal. That truth is not fragile, it is unstoppable. And that when a voice rises with integrity, clarity, and intent, it does more than break silence, it changes everything. And there it is. Yeah, the truth, the reckoning, the power you claimed. Oh wow. Did you feel that shake? Damn. Right, you spoke up, and it changed everything. Remember this? Nah? Your voice isn't just sound. It's force, it's impact, it's legacy. Every choice you make, every word you speak, leaves a mark that cannot be erased. And hey, don't forget, comment below, share your story. I want to see you honored, because this courage, this energy, belongs to you. So stand tall, stay sharp, keep speaking, keep shifting, keep breaking the walls they build around you. Every step, every defiance, every moment of clarity is yours to command. Oh yes, this isn't the end, it's the beginning, the rise, the ascendance. Damn right. You showed up, you spoke, you changed everything. And the world will never be the same again. Because you are awake, you are powerful, you are unstoppable. They never warned you about this part. Not in school, not at home, not in the books you read or the speeches you heard. They taught you how to dream, how to hope, how to work hard, but they stayed silent about the one truth that decides whether your life rises or collapses. And the silence wasn't an accident, because if you understood this secret too early, you would never again accept a small life, a borrowed identity, or a future designed by someone else. The world does not reward potential. It rewards alignment. This truth alone explains why so many intelligent, talented, hard-working people feel stuck, while others with less apparent talent move forward with speed and certainty. Potential is invisible unless it is expressed through aligned action. You can have ideas, dreams, and abilities beyond measure, but if your daily choices are not aligned with who you truly are and what you truly want, that potential remains dormant. Alignment means your thoughts, values, actions, and direction are pulling in the same direction. When they are not, life feels heavy. You feel busy but unfulfilled, motivated one day and drained the next. This is not because you are lazy or incapable. It is because you are spending energy fighting yourself. You may be chasing goals that look impressive, but mean nothing to you. You may be living according to expectations instead of intention. That internal conflict silently drains your power. When you are aligned, effort feels different. It is still challenging, but it no longer feels forced. You don't need constant motivation because your actions make sense to your identity. You wake up with clarity instead of confusion. Decisions become simpler because they are filtered through a clear sense of purpose. This is why alignment is more powerful than raw discipline. Discipline pushes you forward, alignment pulls you forward. Most people were never taught to seek alignment. They were taught to seek approval, security, and validation. Over time, they learned to ignore their inner signals, the discomfort, the boredom, the quiet dissatisfaction, thinking something was wrong with them. In reality, those signals were warnings that they were off course. Alignment begins the moment you stop asking, "What should I do?" and start asking, "What actually fits me?" When your work aligns with your values, consistency becomes natural. When your goals align with your identity, persistence replaces willpower. When your environment aligns with your growth, confidence grows without effort. Success then becomes a byproduct, not a struggle. This matters because it shifts responsibility back to you in an empowering way. You don't need to become someone else to succeed. You need to stop living as someone you are not. The moment you realign your actions with your truth, progress accelerates, resistance fades, and your potential finally has a channel to flow into reality. This clarity is more powerful than motivation. Motivation is emotional, temporary, and unreliable. It rises when things feel exciting and disappears when effort becomes uncomfortable. Clarity, on the other hand, is stable. It does not depend on mood, energy, or external encouragement. When you are clear about what you are building and why it matters to you, action becomes less of a struggle and more of a decision. Many people wait for motivation before they begin. They tell themselves they will start when they feel inspired, confident, or ready, but this waiting creates stagnation. Without clarity, motivation has nowhere to land. It burns fast and fades just as quickly. Clarity gives direction to effort. It turns scattered energy into focused movement. Instead of asking yourself how to feel motivated, you begin asking yourself what the next aligned step is. Clarity does not mean having everything figured out. It means knowing what matters now. It means understanding your values, your non-negotiables, and the kind of life you are unwilling to settle away from. When those things are clear, decisions simplify. You stop overthinking because every choice is measured against what you stand for. Confusion decreases not because life gets easier, but because your internal compass becomes stronger. With clarity, discipline becomes lighter. You no longer rely on emotional highs to push you forward. You act even on days when you feel tired or uncertain, because the reason behind your effort is stronger than the discomfort of the moment. This is why people with clarity appear consistent and confident. They are not more motivated, they are more grounded. Clarity also protects you from distraction. Opportunities, opinions, and comparisons lose their power when you know where you are going. You stop reacting to every new idea and start committing to what aligns with your path. This focus compounds over time, creating momentum that looks like confidence from the outside. This matters because it teaches a fundamental shift. You do not need to feel ready to move forward. You need to be clear enough to take the next step. Motivation comes and goes, but clarity anchors you. When you stop chasing feelings and start honoring direction, progress becomes inevitable and growth becomes sustainable. Your comfort zone is not protecting you. It is quietly limiting you. What feels safe in the short term often becomes the greatest source of regret in the long term. Comfort creates familiarity, and familiarity creates routine, but routine without growth slowly dulls ambition. Over time, The mind confuses comfort with security, even when that comfort is built on dissatisfaction, boredom, or unfulfilled potential. The comfort zone rarely feels dangerous. It feels reasonable. It tells you to wait, to be patient, to avoid risk, to choose certainty over possibility. It encourages you to delay hard conversations, postpone bold decisions, and stay in situations that no longer fit. This is why it is so powerful. It doesn't scream warnings. It whispers excuses that sound logical and responsible. And because they sound sensible, people listen. Growth, by nature, demands discomfort. Every meaningful change requires you to step into uncertainty before confidence catches up. The problem is not fear itself. Fear is natural and unavoidable. The problem is allowing fear to dictate your choices. When fear becomes the decision maker, life shrinks. You begin optimizing for safety instead of expansion, and slowly your world becomes smaller. Staying comfortable teaches you to doubt yourself. Each time you avoid a challenge, you reinforce the belief that you cannot handle it. Each time you choose ease over effort, you weaken your trust in your own resilience. Over time, this erodes confidence far more than failure ever could. Failure, at least, proves that you tried. Comfort proves only that you stayed. Stepping outside the comfort zone does not mean reckless risk or constant chaos. It means intentional discomfort in the direction of growth. It means choosing learning over familiarity, honesty over avoidance, and progress over approval. It means doing things before you feel fully ready and allowing yourself to be imperfect in public. This matters because it reframes discomfort as a signal, not a threat. Discomfort often points directly toward the next version of you. The life you want exists on the other side of the actions you are currently avoiding. The moment you stop asking what feels safest and start asking what helps you grow, your direction changes. Comfort maintains who you are. Challenge reveals who you can become. This confidence is built through action, not discovered before it. Many people believe confidence is a prerequisite for change, that one day they will wake up feeling ready, fearless, and certain. That day rarely comes. Confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you earn by proving to yourself, repeatedly, that you can act despite uncertainty. When you delay action until you feel confident, you trap yourself in a loop. You want confidence to start, but you need to start to build confidence. This misunderstanding keeps people stuck for years. They interpret hesitation as a sign of incapability, when in reality, it is simply a sign that they are standing at the edge of growth. Uncertainty is not evidence of weakness. It is evidence that you are doing something new. Action creates evidence. Each small step taken in spite of doubt becomes proof that you are capable. That proof changes the way you see yourself. Over time, these experiences accumulate and form self-trust. Confidence is not loud or dramatic. It is quiet and stable. It is the calm belief that you can figure things out, even if you don't have all the answers yet. Avoiding action has the opposite effect. Every time you retreat, you reinforce the belief that fear should be obeyed. This trains the mind to overestimate risk and underestimate ability. Confidence shrinks not because you failed, but because you never gave yourself the chance to succeed or learn. Inaction slowly convinces you that you are less capable than you truly are. Taking action does not require perfection. It requires willingness. The first attempts will feel awkward. The results may be imperfect. But progress does not demand elegance. It demands consistency. Momentum builds when action becomes habitual, not when conditions become ideal. This matters because it shifts responsibility back into your hands in a practical way. You don't need to change how you feel before you move. You change how you feel by moving. Confidence follows courage, not the other way around. When you stop waiting to believe in yourself and start behaving like someone who is learning, growing, and trying, confidence becomes a natural byproduct of lived experience rather than a distant hope. The fifth keynote is this: no one is coming to save you, and that is your greatest advantage. Many people spend years waiting for permission, for validation, for the perfect opportunity, or for someone else to recognize their potential. This waiting feels passive, but it quietly shapes identity. It teaches you to see yourself as dependent rather than capable, as someone who reacts rather than decides. The belief that rescue is coming delays responsibility. It allows you to blame circumstances, timing, or other people for where you are. While those factors may influence your path, they do not control it. The moment you accept that no one is responsible for your future, but your power returns. Responsibility stops feeling like pressure and starts feeling like ownership. This truth is uncomfortable because it removes excuses. You can no longer hide behind unfairness or bad luck. But it is also liberating, because if no one is coming, you don't have to wait. You can begin with what you have, where you are, exactly as you are. Progress stops being conditional on external approval and becomes driven by internal commitment. Self-rescue does not mean doing everything alone. It means refusing to be passive in your own life. It means seeking help without surrendering agency. It means learning, adapting, and correcting course instead of waiting for ideal conditions. When you stop expecting someone else to create momentum for you, you begin creating it yourself. This reframes struggle. Challenges are no longer signs that you are failing. They are signals that you are responsible. Every obstacle becomes a teacher rather than a verdict. Instead of asking why this is happening to you, you start asking what this is teaching you and how you will respond. That shift changes everything. Ownership builds strength. Each time you choose action over waiting, you reinforce the belief that you can rely on yourself. Over time, this self-reliance becomes confidence, not arrogance, but quiet assurance. You stop needing constant reassurance because your progress speaks for itself. This matters because it marks the transition from hope to agency. Hope says things might change. Agency says you will change them. When you fully accept that no one is coming to save you, you stop feeling abandoned and start feeling empowered. Your life no longer feels like something that happens to you, but something you actively shape with intention, courage, and consistent effort. Growth will cost you versions of yourself and people who were only meant for earlier stages of your life. This is one of the most difficult truths to accept, because humans are wired for connection and belonging. We want to grow without losing, to evolve without disrupting what feels familiar. But real growth is not additive, it is selective. To become more, you must let go. As you change, your priorities shift. What once felt exciting may start to feel empty. Conversations that once energized you may feel limiting. This does not mean you are ungrateful or disloyal. It means you are evolving. Holding on to everything out of fear of loss keeps you anchored to a past version of yourself. Growth requires space, and space is created by release. Not everyone will understand your change. Some people were comfortable with the version of you that doubted, adjusted, or stayed small. Your growth challenges their perception of you, and sometimes their perception of themselves. Resistance often comes not from malice, but from discomfort. When you change, you become a mirror, and not everyone likes what they see reflected. This is not about cutting people off impulsively or isolating yourself. It is about honoring alignment over approval. Some relationships will need new boundaries. Some will naturally fade. Some will no longer fit the direction you are heading. This is not failure, it is refinement. Just as a sculptor removes excess to reveal form, growth removes what no longer serves your becoming. Letting go also applies to internal identities. You may have to release the role of the people pleaser, the victim, the overachiever, or the one who always plays safe. These roles once protected you, but they can also limit you. Growth asks you to thank them for their service, and then move forward without them. This matters because it prepares you for the emotional cost of transformation. Without this understanding, many people retreat at the first sign of friction. They mistake discomfort for wrongness. In reality, discomfort often signals alignment with a higher version of yourself. When you choose growth even when it costs familiarity, you prove that your commitment is real. You stop building your life around who you used to be and start building it around who you are becoming.